to CHS Wired. I'm Gabby Capiello.
And I'm Catherine Morrison.
There's a big-hearted freshman in Matizzi we want to recognize.
We think his generous response to tragedy this October is simply amazing. Abby Morales brings you the story.
In the past 3 weeks, we've suffered through quite a bit of snow, but imagine getting 4 feet. South Dakota is still suffering from a blizzard that hit them on October 4th. They received 4 feet of snow like what I'm standing next to right now in only 24 hours, which breaks the nearly 100-year record of snow accumulation in October, according to the National Weather Service. The most affected are the ranchers. Agriculture state officials say the blizzard killed around 40 bison, 299 horses, 1,382 sheep, and 21,151 cattle. And 2 months later, people are still sending their donations to the ranchers. The Wyoming State FFA advisor has challenged FFA chapters to participate in Change for South Dakota, where change jars are placed throughout the town. But Levi Gitlitz, a freshman at Matizzi High School, tells his advisor that collecting change won't be enough.
People needed desperate help, and I just couldn't give them pennies. They needed help. I was pretty heartbreaking with all the losses of cattle and everything. That just broke my heart.
We decided to come up with having an auction to have his calf be a rollover calf. He donated the calf. It sold 15 times, and we raised a lot of money.
I got I got a lot of checks here.
Wyoming FFA chapters have earned $25,000 to give to the South Dakota Rancher Relief Fund. Almost half of that was earned by Levi.
Throughout his life, has had a lot of help from different people, and so that's why it was neat to see him be able to help people.
It just breaks a person's heart, You work so hard as a rancher. People look at it as, oh, well, they're just cows, but we look at them as they're kind of like our family. Some of them you bottle fed. We've had ones here that we put in the bathrooms and try to warm them up, and you're up with them all the time, trying to get them to survive, and you end up seeing something like that. And like my husband said, he said, you'd wake up and you'd just cry.
$1.5 million have been raised for the ranchers. To send donations, you can visit ranchersrelief.org. This is Abby Morales for CHS Wired.
Wow, this really is a season for giving.
Yeah, it is. An event has been going on in Cody for several years now that helps families in Park County. Trey Blau brings you the story.
Holiday Helpers helps over 250 families a year by giving them gifts so the families can have a Christmas.
We actually organize the local donations and we actually solicit them. We send out notifications to people who want to help with Christmas, letting them know we're assisting local families. We don't make Christmas, we just make sure there's stuff under the tree, but we try to give the needs of the family as well as the wants.
Holiday Helpers has impacted the lives of thousands of people over the years.
When people come in on distribution day and they see what they've got, from a box with just a few packages to a pile because they've got 5 kids and they start crying, it's the whole reason you do it. I mean, you've just made the whole year.
If you would like to help with Holiday Helpers, you do not only have to give gifts, there are other ways as well.
You can give monetary donations. We have a bank account down at Wells Fargo, so under the Holiday Helpers, so they can donate cash if they want to. If they want to donate stuff, they can donate anywhere from the toys to the gifts to the staple items like toilet paper, paper towels, toothpaste, toothbrushes. They can do that, or they can come down and gift wrap. Or organize, like tonight we had groups in here helping us organize all of our used stuff. We receive used stuff and give it away free. Everything we do is free.
People, as well as businesses, help out with Holiday Helpers and make a huge difference in the families' lives.
People from all over the community give. I can't begin to describe how many people help around this place. From local businesses to local people to local, meaning the entire Park County. They come from all over the place. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. I tell people I have the best job in the whole world. I get to be Santa Claus. So I think it's great.
This is Trey Blau for CHS Wired.
In 2012, Park County had the highest suicide rate in the nation. Now, West Park Hospital is getting the community involved to fight these statistics.
The nation's suicide rate is normally 12 suicides per 100,000, but in Park County, it's 12 suicides per 30,000. West Park Hospital is training not only their staff members, but community leaders as well, in hopes to teach people the warning signs of suicide.
West Park Hospital employees are going to be trained, every single one of them, 650 employees.
They're going to go through some basic recognizing the warning signs and knowing how to respond training.
This week, CHS teachers were trained in suicide prevention. They were trained on suicide awareness and how to reach out to a student who is at risk.
I thought the training was really good and it had a lot of great information. I think they gave us some really good tips on how to ask students and how to be more direct with them.
In 2012, Wyoming had 163 suicides, and West Park Hospital would like to see the community get involved to fight this number.
I'd like to see the community step up to the plate and our leaders in the community to say, I'm going to have my employees trained and I personally will become an assist certified trainer. That would be awesome.
And we feel what we do in Park County could have an impact and a positive impact throughout the rest of the state by identifying a process that is proven that will help reduce the suicide rate in Park County.
This is Annie Rum for CHS Wired.
Recently, Cody High School's drama club traveled the state in Cheyenne and brought back a trophy. Tawny Roberts brings you the story.
The GPA was a big success at state.
A GPA is pretty much a play that you write yourself.
We all come together and we all talk about what we want to write it about. Then we all come up with our own little ideas and then we write it.
This was the first year in a really long time we actually placed in something. We got second in our GPA from the whole state, so that was a great achievement for us.
It means a lot to us to bring home a trophy, and Miss Sandvik has worked with us so much.
The wrestling season is the arena that we got 5th place on. It shows the effects of rumors and how rumors get started.
It was weird because when we performed for the school, it was so similar to some of the stuff that was going on, and in some ways it wasn't.
Not only did they place as a group, but individually.
An All-State Award is when a judge sees something in your acting personally and they decide that you should be honored for it. A lot of schools only come home with like a handful of kids that have them, and our whole arena cast got one and the whole GPA cast got one except for 3 people who got honorable mentions.
State is a wonderful time where people with common interest can get together and share ideas, display their skill in a friendly, competitive manner.
There were 19 kids from Cody that got All-State and 5 honorable mentions.
Everyone on the team put in many hours of hard work.
We prepared for state drama for about 4.5 months, so it takes a lot of preparation. We practice about 4 days a week, so it takes a lot of time out of everyone's schedule.
There are so many nights where we stayed on the stage until 9:30 at night trying to figure out placement and get our lines correct, and then we also have to go home and memorize our lines.
It was really good. I thought we did a really good job on all of our stuff.
So proud of our achievement as a team.
Join drama team. It's a lot of fun.
Come join drama team because it's the only place where you can dress up like a 5-year-old and run around on stage and people watch you.
This is Tawny Roberts for CHS Wired.
One of our very own Cody High School students is a semifinalist for the National Merit Scholarship.
Jenna Dalton brings you the story.
The National Merit Scholarship is a $5,000 scholarship that can be used at any school for students who score well on the PSAT.
At some point before your senior year, you take the pre-SAT, and if you score high enough on that, you become a semifinalist.
Once a student is selected as a semifinalist, they have to go through a lengthy application process.
You take the SAT, you do an essay, and you do some other application-style things, and you become eligible to become a Merit Scholarship finalist.
Being a National Merit finalist makes you very attractive to colleges.
It shows a lot of dedication and intelligence, and it opens up a lot of doors for scholarships and grants and things like that.
Nathan McMinn's mom was also considered for the National Merit Scholarship. He hopes to follow in her footsteps and become a finalist.
After she won it, She had a lot of opportunities, and in the end, she went to Baylor.
I think it is so cool. I mean, why not keep it in the family and have a little competition going on there?
It's always been a little competition because we always accuse each other of, who's smarter.
If Nathan wins the National Merit Scholarship, he plans to use the money at the University of Wyoming's pharmacy school.
We're hoping everything goes well for this and that Nathan is selected as the National Merit Scholar.
This is Jenna Dalton for CHS Wired.
Another season of All-State Band and Choir begins. Nicholas Henry brings you the story.
Alex Powell has been a member of the All-State Band for 3 years.
I will be playing first part for alto saxophone, and this year I was nominated for the Outstanding Senior Award, which means the 4 best auditions in the entire band are selected, and then one of us gets chosen at the concert as the Outstanding Senior.
Rachel Mrozinski has been a member of the All-State Choir all 4 years of her high school career.
All-State's a really big honor, especially for choir students. So my freshman year, I remember I was so scared because I didn't think I made it. But when I did make it, it was an amazing experience. And the last 3 years, I've gained so much musical knowledge and technique skills and things that I can take with me in the future for college. And it's a great thing that they do for All-State music.
Both Mr. Powell and Ms. Mrozinski agree on one point.
I like it. It's a good opportunity to go and play with superior musicians, because generally you don't get to play with all the best musicians throughout the state, and this is a rare opportunity where, you're surrounded by people who are around your level, and you get to play more challenging music, and it's a lot of fun.
It is great to be around those that are that good. Being in a soprano section of totally fantastic singers really makes you feel, makes you feel a little bit better about yourself, and being able to perform with such a choir on such a high level is amazing.
The next All-State concert will be in January of 2014. This is Nicholas Henry for CHS Wired.
Over the past month, there has been increasing numbers of bus runs. Tawny Roberts has the story.
Last year, over 243 flybys were reported, and luckily, none of them ended in fatalities. In a month time period, over 64 people have ignored the key bus regulations.
On Bighorn Avenue and out here on the Powell Highway, we've got them up here on the Grable Highway. They think that just because the bus is on the right side, they can go ahead and go down the left side and be okay, and all lanes have to stop. We don't want to be a statistic. Fremont County, 2 years ago in 2011, had a little girl was hit by a vehicle and killed.
School bus drivers may have a difficult time catching all the necessary information of cars that fly by.
Our buses are actually equipped with cameras on the outside, and we can view license plate and a lot of the description of the vehicle and stuff. Please stop when you see a bus stopped and the stop arm out and red lights on. Stop means stop.
4 Cody High School seniors performed their last Nutcracker this past weekend. Emma Berry brings you the story.
Seniors Becca Skorick, Allie Morgan, Madison Eaters, and Amanda Golden are veterans of the Rocky Mountain School of the Arts.
I've been dancing since I was 2.5. I've been in 15 Nutcrackers.
This is my 15th year in the Nutcracker.
I've done Nutcracker for 9 or 10 years now.
You go from being a tiny gingerbread or Hershey Kiss to watching the older girls do multiple turns and really hard things to being one of those girls, doing multiple turns and doing really hard things. And so from the perspective of being a senior now, it's really neat to watch younger girls do younger parts, because I know one day I'm going to come back and watch the Nutcracker and watch them do what I'm doing now. And so that's really cool.
It comes once a year, and it's your one opportunity to have that one role to absolutely be able to do it perfectly. So it's nerve-wracking, but it's very exciting at the same time.
Anything that was wrong that day or anything I'm stressed about, you go into the studio and you dance, and by the time you come out, I know it sounds super cliche, but it's really not. It's like it's all gone, clean slate, and you're ready to go for the next day.
They have created a bond with each other and are close with their dance teacher, Elizabeth Fernandez.
She's scary because she's so driven. She's so passionate about what you want to do. As you become older, you realize it's only because she loves you so much and she wants you to be so good. And so as you become older, you start to realize all Liz does for you, and it starts to become very sentimental to you. And then you have this realization that you're going to have to leave her. Like, you're going to have to leave the studio, and that's really hard to realize. Even when we have like Christmas break, or for example, this year the Nutcracker comes and then we have a week left of school, we don't have dance after school. And so there's often times where we call each other and say, hey, what are you doing? Like, what do kids do? Do kids hang out after school? Like, is that a thing? Like, do kids like go hang out? Like, do they go to the movies on weekdays? Is that a thing? Like, we don't know, because to us it's just go teach dance, go to dance.
All the time, we have classes together, we hang out together, we dance together. Like, they're best friends, sisters.
I love dancing. It is so frustrating at times, but it's also one of the best things ever when you like finally get that turn and you finally get that move and you can do it. Like, you just feel so accomplished.
Our MSA dancers dance with a sense of pride in what they do. You know, a lot of people think like, oh, you're a ballerina, like that's whatever, you don't actually compete, but we dance knowing that we are good dancers and we're going to go out there and do our best because that's what's been instilled in us since we were little.
I'm really sad that it's my last year. There's not words to explain the feeling. It's such a bittersweet feeling. It's like, I'm so excited to perform for the last time, but at the same time, this is it. This year, I think it's going to be really hard because we're leaving Elizabeth, plus we're leaving the little girls, and plus we're leaving the rest of the seniors, and us seniors have made such a bond, so it's going to be really tough.
This is Emma Berry for CHS Wired.
Last week's Equus Quiz winner was Mr. Capiello. This week's question is, when was Spike Benoit inducted in the Cody High School Hall of Fame?
If you know the answer, call extension 5125 and you could be the winner of a pizza.
Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame. Yeah.
Hi, welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Jenna Dalton. The Bronx basketball team is hurt this year, but so far they are a perfect 5-0. Brody Smith brings you the story.
2 injuries have hurt the Bronx this year, although the team has depth.
You know, you look at 2 of the top 10 guys going down, and that hurts you a little bit.
Sophomore Blake Hensley and junior Kat McClure have yet to play this year.
I just think when they come back, they'll give us a shot of energy, which is kind of nice. We're trying to play a little bit more up-tempo this year and get the ball up and down the floor and scoring some more points.
I think we could definitely contend for the state title this year.
The team beat number 2 Star Valley over the weekend and hopes to continue having success. This has been Brody Smith for CHS Wired.
The Cody Phillies basketball team is sponsored by Coldwell Banker. Elisa DeUrchin brings you the story.
Rick Brasher at Caldwell Banker Antlers Realty offers a sponsorship for the basketball teams for every free throw they make in games.
Coldwell Banker decided to sponsor the $1 of free throw for both the boys and the girls basketball team. And the idea behind it is the kids can use the money, they earn the money by shooting free throws, and free throws win basketball games.
The $1 of free throw sponsorship motivates the girls to make their free throws so they can get more money to go towards equipment.
We've been working really hard. It motivates us to work hard, and it's good that we have the sponsor because we get money for uniforms.
I really enjoy supporting the kids and the youth of the community because I think they're our future.
This is Trey Blau for CHS Wired.
The Meeteetse football team has had a very accomplished season. Cherokee Barger brings you the story.
The Meeteetse football team started off this year's season with new head coach Matthew Jensen.
We spent a lot of time together, all the coaches, those that had 6-man experience with him. He had a lot of 11-man experience.
The team plays 6-man football, not 11, which changes the game significantly.
Well, there's 6 people, and everybody's eligible for a pass. Fast, a lot faster than 11-man football. Score a lot more points. There's easier to make plays. There's not as many guys to tackle you and stuff on offense.
And with a new head coach who had very little experience with 6-man football, the Meeteetse Longhorns made it to the 6-man state championship game.
First half, we were really close. We didn't really think it was going to be that close in the beginning. Fourth quarter, it was still 7 points, and all the seniors said to each other, we got 10 minutes left of football, let's make it count. So in the fourth quarter, we scored 34 points and won 65-30. We won the state championship undefeated.
A thrilling game, and great to see the boys be able to play to their ability and win that game.
This has been Cherokee Balger for CHS Wired.
The Nordic ski team has grown in numbers this year. Marie Hansen brings you the story.
The team has expanded from 10 skiers last year to 17 skiers this year.
I'm excited that we have so many athletes out and that everybody already has come into it with a year or two of experience, and so everybody knows what's going on and is motivated and already has some skills.
Honestly, I think we have a great bunch of people. So far, everybody seems to be nice, and it's kind of all the people that really love this sport, so you know they're dedicated to it.
With so many skiers, the team looks forward to scoring points.
Having a lot more members will help us with state points. We have a lot more varsity skiers this year. That's a big thing.
This is Marie Hansen for CHS Wired.
The Alpine ski team has many new faces, but has already become close as a team. Catherine Morrison brings you the story.
This ski season, the Alpine skiers are thankful for the family feel of the team.
I think the family part of ski team is really important because when I was a underclassman, you always had people like upperclassmen to look forward to.
We're always there to support each other. I mean, one of the most fun things about the meets is just standing on the sidelines with the cowbells and like cheering people on as they go down the hill.
It's kind of a separate family, really, and it's a lot of fun that way.
The skiers are working hard to achieve their goal of going to the state meet in Jackson Hole.
I'm looking forward to seeing how my teammates improve and how much farther we get this season, and if maybe we have a chance at state this year.
Like a family, the skiers tease each other, but in the end are always there to support one another.
He's old, he's grumpy. He can be funny, but just old and grumpy sometimes.
Old and grumpy. What's interesting about that is the old grumpy guy can still kick the young guy's butt.
He's a really good coach. He makes it a lot of fun.
This is Catherine Morrison for CHS Wired.
For the first time ever, a Meeteetse boy swims for Cody High School. Gaston Osterland brings you the story.
Colton Curtis is a 9th grader at Meeteetse High School, although he swims now for the Cody boys swim team after swimming for the Sea Cats in 8th grade.
I'm really excited. I've coached him before in middle school swimming. That's kind of how he got to know about our program, and they don't have a swim program over in Meeteetse, so through coaching him there, and then now he's a freshman over in Meeteetse, he decided to swim for us this year.
I found out that there was a swim team over here, and I decided to come check it out last year when I was in 8th grade. It's definitely time consuming. It's hard to get homework done when you're always driving over here right after school, but it's really fun. I like hanging out with all these guys.
Colton's first meet is Friday at the rec center, and all the other boys and him have started the season with specific goals in mind that they hope to accomplish before this season is over.
I think we're going to do pretty good, and I think I'm going to do pretty good. I hope everybody does well. So.
This is Gaston Osterland for CHS Wired.
The Cody High School wrestling team has seen great success on the road the past 2 weekends. Matt Odaz brings you the story.
The Bronc wrestlers have fared admirably the past 2 weekends in Powell and Forsyth, respectively.
In Powell, we did pretty good. Our JV got second. We had a lot of those JV guys in the finals. In varsity, Corbin kind of ran into some buzzsaws. Pretty good kids. Ben Flickinger took third. He's pretty good. He got an injury default. I took fourth. Powell is definitely like the team to beat. Then of course like Douglas and Star Valley are always perennial teams. They're always pretty good.
Skylar Landerman took first in the 160-pound weight class when the team traveled to Forsyth, Montana.
In the finals, it was a pretty close match. Ended up taking it 4-3. David Plummer placed, and so did Carson Canfield.
Not ones to rest on their laurels, the team is looking ahead to facing Worland this coming weekend.
Next week we're in Worland, Battle of the Bighorns.
I'm pretty confident that we can do pretty well at that one. Cody can do some damage with the kids that we have.
This has been Matt Odas for CHS Wired.
Last episode's movie quiz did not have a winner.
Come on, guys, let's get this one.
Where does your journey end? You seek that which would bestow upon you the right to rule. The quest to reclaim a homeland and slay a dragon.
Do not think I won't kill you, dwarf.
When did we allow evil to become stronger than us?
It is not our fight.
It is our fight.
What if it's a trap?
It's undoubtedly a trap.
This week's movie is Hobbit Part 2, The Desolation of Smaug, directed by Peter Jackson. What species of bird knocks snails against the lonely mountain? If you know the answer, call extension 5125.
Thank you for watching this episode of CHS Wired. If you have an opinion, concern, or response to any part of our program, we would appreciate your letting us know.
Please leave your comments at our website, chswired.tv, or call us directly at 587-4251, extension 5125.
Have a safe and Merry Christmas.
And have a Happy New Year.
We'll see you next year.